let's take a look at how to simplify these three types of questions. Okay, let's start with the first one here. Now, when they ask you to simplify, and initially you have two algebraic fractions, what they want you to do is to combine these two into a single fraction. Now, how do you do that? Firstly, you need to make the denominator the same. But how do you do that? You need to factorize this so that you know what this denominator is made up of. Okay? Which means that you need to factorize this. Now, do not use the cross method or the multiplication frame, okay, because some of you may make mistake. So I would recommend that you imagine you are solving this, then you have to factorize and put it equal to 0, right? Now you would have to then know how to press the calculator. If you don't know, please ask me. Okay, then you will get two different answers, one of which is, that means you input 2 minus 7 minus 4, you will get x equals to 4 or x equals to minus half. Now, after you have gotten these two values, the very first thing is to make sure that there is no denominator. Okay, you see down here, actually there's a denominator is 1, so 1 is okay. Then your next job is to make sure that the right hand side is 0, so you minus 4 both sides, and that would be one of your factor. Okay, now this one you have to do a bit more work because there is a denominator, so what you need to do is to multiply both sides by 2, then make the right hand side 0, plus 1 both sides. That is actually your factorization here, okay, which you can write in now. For this particular part here, you can either write in pencil or you cancel it out once you are done. Do not leave this here because this is not part of your working. If you write this here, they will minus your mark. But this actually helps you to get this part here, which is x minus 4, 2x plus 1. Okay, so that's what I have here. And once you know that I have x minus 4, you have 4 minus x, I need to change every single one of your sign. How do I do that? I can just change this minus to plus, and nothing changes for the numerator, but your denominator or the sign will change. And this is exactly what I need because I want these two to be the same, and now they are the same. Okay, my next task is to add in 2x plus 1 so that this and this are the same. Okay, now that the two denominators are the same, I can simply write one single fraction. Do not expand the denominator. Okay, so you just write this, and please take note, this sign here, if it's minus, you must take minus 8 times this, minus 8 times this. But now because it's plus, you just write plus 16x plus 8. Then you combine the numbers together, and that will be your answer. So that's for this type of question. Next type of question is when they already give you one single fraction. Alright, one single fraction they already given you, then you're supposed to simplify it. Oh, by the way, just now I forgot to ask you to check. Once you have so-called cheated and gotten this through using the calculator, right, you must check whether the x times the x, that means x times 2x, does it give you 2x squared? If it does, then that's fine. If it doesn't, then you have to do something. Okay, so let's move on now to the second one. Now the second one, again, your final destination has to be something over something. It must be a single fraction. Okay, now as mentioned, you need to factorize first, because for this type of question, your job is to find out what times what give you this, what times what, or what times what give you this, so that you can cancel all the like terms. Okay? This is a bit different. This is make the denominator the same, then combine, then you are left with this, nothing else to cancel, so that's the answer. Okay? But this one, you need to factorize. So how do you factorize? Factorization, there are three different things you need to consider. The first one is TOC. Take out common factor. TOC. The very first thing you need to do is to TOC lah. Take out common factor first. After taking out common factor, right, you need to see whether it is a difference of two squares. Difference of two squares. If it is, then you can use this identity, a square minus b square equals a plus b, a minus b. Okay? Now if it's not this one, then it might be, if there are three things, then you see got square, either plus or minus, then no square, okay, like that. Something x square, then something x, then plus some number. If it's like that, right, then you have to use just now that so-called cheating method. Okay. The last one is if there are 1, 2, plus minus, 3, 4 terms, then you have to use the grouping method. Grouping. Okay, what I call the photocopy method. I'll show you in another video. Okay. So these are the 4 different methods, but whichever the case, you must always TOC first, take out common factor first. Right, now that you know the basic, let us try. Now as you can see, this fella, there's a 4 here, there's a 4 hiding inside here, because 9, 18, 27, 36. 4 times 9 is 36. So you can actually take out the 4. Alright, I'm going to do a side working here. So I'm going to take out the 4. And once I've taken out the 4, I'll be left with x squared minus 9. Okay? And now I see that it's something minus something. When it's something minus something, you must think of difference of two squares. Can it be difference of two squares? So please write as I do. Leave this 4 here, leave this bracket here. Now you only work with the inside. You see whether you can something square minus something square or not. In this case, you can. So this is x, this is 3. Okay, leave the 4 alone. Don't go and touch the 4. Alright. 4, leave it alone. Leave it outside lah. Okay, then the inside, right? What comes first? You write first. What comes second? You write second. Then one is a plus, one is a minus. That's all. So that's your answer. Okay, so you have factorized this part already. That means this is actually 4 times x plus 3 x minus 3. Okay, so you need to factorize so that you can cancel later if there are like terms. Now I'm done with this. I'm going to do the same for this. Now can you see that there are 1, 2, 3 things? So probably it's the calculator cheating method that I need to use now. So I press the calculator cheating method, but then before I do that, I TOC first. TOC, take out common factor. Remember, this is always the first thing you do. So I take out common factor. That's 2, and I have x squared minus 10x plus 21. Okay, now if I were to press the calculator, 1 minus 10, 21, right? 1 minus 10, 21. I'll get x equals to 7. Okay, this one is equal to 0. I'll get 2. The 2 must be here. You cannot remove the 2. I'll get x. So you work backwards. X equals 7 or x equals 3. Very easy. No denominator, right? So immediately x minus 7 equals 0. This goes here. You want to put here also can. Then minus 3 both sides. This will be x minus 3. Okay, so this is how you factorize this part here. But like I said just now, do not write this here. Okay, do not write this here. Cancel this away. This one don't cancel. This one is your proper working. This is not, this is the cheating method. So now you write 2x minus 7 and x minus 3. And you will see that, oh, if you had done it correctly, there will surely be things for you to cancel. So in this case, it is x minus 3 that you can cancel, leaving your answer as this. Okay, so do you need to multiply in? Actually, you can just leave your answer like that. You know why? Because you can also simplify 4 over 2 is actually 2x minus 7. Okay, so that's your answer. Alright, now for those of you who forgot to take out the 2 down here just now, you forgot to take out the 2 here, right? You forgot to talk, TOCF, take out common factor. You forgot to do that, right? But you use a calculator cheating method, will it work? Okay, let's try. So I'm going to press now 2 minus 20, 42. Okay, you will find that you get the same answer, x equals 7 or x equals 3. Then you work backwards. You work backwards, 0, x minus 7, minus 3 both sides. So this will be x minus 7, x minus 3. You see, it's the same as this, but remember just now I said after you had done this cheating method, right? Always check x times x. Does it give you 2x squared? Oh, it doesn't, right? It doesn't means you need to put a 2 here. So that x times x is x squared. Then you times 2. Because this 2 is going to times to this, and then this is going to times to this. That's how I know that there must be a 2 here. So the calculator cheating method works for every case. But you must do the necessary check. Okay? So you see down here, I take this times this, x squared, right? Then I times x squared times 2, that's 2x squared. So it's correct. Okay? So this step of checking after you have put this in is very important. Okay? But if you have done the talk first, then you definitely will get the answer. Okay? So remember to cancel this working after you have done it. Yeah? Or you write in pencil, then they won't penalize you. Okay, the last simplifying kind of question is this kind where you have like a bit of indices involved. Okay, when you have 4p square, what it means is 4p times 4p 2 times. So it means 4 times 4, that's 16. And p times p, that's p squared. So next time you see this where it's a times, right? You can immediately write 16p squared. Okay? Then this one, just write as it is. Okay? I circle this. Now I want to say this. This divide here, okay? You need to change it to times, and then you flip this. When you do that, right? When you do that, normally in the exam they give you 1 mark already. Okay, so this numerator comes to the bottom. Remember, is to flip the second fraction, not the first one. You see the first one remains the same. It's just that I expanded this. Okay, and this r times p, you go and cube it, right? Is you can cube them individually. Okay, now at this point in time, I want to make something very clear. If it's 4 plus p just now and not 4 times p, right? 4 times p square, you can do this, okay? But if it's 4 plus p square, then you cannot do this. You have to use that square this times 2, so it's plus 8p, okay? So please take note, this and this, they are not the same, not the same, okay? And the other thing I want to say is, some mistakes that students make. This 4p square is not the same as 4p whole thing bracket square. This one you can square this like that, right? This one, the answer is just like that, okay? The square only belongs to p. Alright, so these are all the common mistakes. Okay, next. After you have done this, which you would have gotten marks already, your next job is to arrange them according to snack. Okay, SNACK. That's how I would recommend you all do it lah. Snack means what? Settle the sign first. Any sign to settle, don't have, then we are done with this. Then number, what do we do the number? All the number come to one side. Okay, come to one side. And then what do you do with this? That means all the numbers that are at the numerator, right, come to the leftmost. All the numbers at the denominator come to the leftmost. Then you press your calculator. Use this fraction symbol. Oh, sorry, wait, I go back to the. Okay, you use this. Then you type all the numbers on top. 16 over 7 times 2, and the calculator will work out very nicely for you. 8 over 7. Okay, so don't go and use manual calculation. Don't go and cancel work manually, because many of you are not strong in doing that. Alright, now once we've done the numbers, we are now going to the algebra part. Now algebra part, please work on the algebra part in a systematic manner. What do I mean? Normally it'll be like X, Y, Z or PQR or ABC. So you start with the first one. That's P, right? So P square and P cube. Any more P? Don't have already. Okay, next. You can leave a blank, as in leave a space. We settle the Q. Q on the top don't have. Bottom there is one Q. You can write here. Alright? And R cube here. R here, right? No more R already. At the denominator there is R square and one more R here. Okay? Now why I want you to do this so that you don't I don't want you to cancel. Please, I know you were taught to do that in Sec 1, Sec 2. You do that, you surely will make mistake. You do like that, right? Chances of you making mistake is less. Okay, so don't risk it. Now, I repeat, use calculator to find this. Then this one, P square times P cube means P. 5 of them. Okay, then the R, sorry, you check the P, nothing to cancel the bottom right, don't have, then that's it. Then the R cube over R square times R is R cube. So R don't have. Just now I left out the Q. Q is just alone here. That's it. Okay, so do it systematically. Do the P, then the Q, then the R. Alright.